First contact and disaster. The void between stars had never felt so vast to Captain Maya Chen as she stood on the bridge of the ESS Starseeker, Earth's most advanced deep space exploration vessel. Her dark eyes reflected the blue glow of holographic displays that surrounded her command station, mapping their position at the very edge of charted space. The Starseeker had been designed for discovery, a sleek vessel with curved lines that belied its massive size and formidable scientific capabilities. "Status report," she called, her voice cutting through the quiet hum of the bridge. Lieutenant Raj Patel looked up from his science station. "We're receiving unusual readings from grid coordinate 227X, Captain. It's unlike anything I've ever seen." The bridge crew, representing Earth's finest, straightened in their seats. Unusual readings were exactly what they had ventured into the depths of space to find. "On screen," Maya ordered, tucking a strand of short black hair behind her ear. The main view screen shimmered to life, displaying what appeared to be a subtle distortion in the fabric of space itself. Not a black hole or a wormhole, something different, something new. "It appears to be a spatial fold," Raj explained, his fingers dancing across his console. "The energy signature suggests it could be artificial in origin." Maya's eyebrows rose. In 15 years of space exploration, humanity had encountered plenty of natural wonders, but never concrete evidence of an advanced spacefaring civilization. The prospect sent a thrill of excitement and apprehension down her spine. "Helm, take us closer." 1/4 impulse, she commanded, settling into her captain's chair. "Lieutenant Kea, ensure our transponders are broadcasting our peaceful intent on all frequencies." "Aye, Captain." Communications Officer Kea Deng replied, her fingers flying over her station. The bridge fell silent as the Starseeker glided toward the anomaly. Maya felt her heartbeat quicken. This was the moment every explorer lived for, the precipice of the unknown. "Captain," Raj called, his voice tense. "The anomaly is emitting a new energy signature. It's reacting to our approach." Before Maya could respond, the view screen flashed with a blinding light. The ship shuddered violently, throwing several crew members from their stations. "Report," Maya demanded, gripping the arms of her chair. "We've been pulled into some kind of slipstream," the helmsman shouted over the wailing alarms. "I've lost control of navigation." Outside the view screen, space itself seemed to fold and bend. Stars streaked past them at impossible speeds, their light stretching into rainbow bands. The Starseeker groaned under stresses it had never been designed to withstand. "All hands, braced for impact," Maya called through the ship-wide comm. With a final violent lurch, the Starseeker burst from the slipstream into normal space. The bridge crew struggled to regain their composure as system alerts blared from every console. "Where are we?" Maya demanded, pulling herself back into her chair. Raj's face had gone pale. "Unknown, Captain. We're not in any charted sector. The stars don't match any known configuration." A new alert sounded, this one more urgent than the others. "Captain," Security Chief Levi Torres called out, his voice grave. "We have contacts. Multiple vessels approaching at high speed." Maya's blood ran cold. "Show me." The view screen shifted to display sleek, angular ships of a design so advanced it made the Starseeker look primitive by comparison. Each vessel was a deep violet black, absorbing rather than reflecting light, with glowing geometric patterns pulsing along their hulls. "Their ships are massive," Levy reported. "Largest one is approximately 3 kilometers in length. That's 5 times our size." "Hail them," Maya ordered. "All frequencies, all languages. Make it clear we come in peace." Kaya worked feverishly at her console. "Broadcasting now, Captain." Long seconds passed with no response. The alien vessels continued their approach, moving with a precision that suggested either advanced AI or pilots with centuries of experience. "They're scanning us," Raj reported. "Our shields can't block it. They're reading everything." ship systems, crew complement, weapons capabilities. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. Keep broadcasting our peaceful intentions. The alien fleet suddenly halted, forming a perfect semicircle around the Starseeker. The bridge crew held their breath. "We're receiving a transmission," Kaya announced, surprise evident in her voice. "Put it through," Maya ordered. The view screen flickered, and then filled with the image of a humanoid figure. They had skinned the color of burnished copper, with ridges that curved from their forehead to sweep back over a hairless skull. 4 eyes, arranged in a diamond pattern, blinked independently at the camera. When they spoke, their voice resonated with harmonics that shouldn't have been possible from a single vocal apparatus. "You have violated the sovereign space of the Xeraxian Empire," the alien stated, their words somehow perfectly translated. "Your primitive vessel has crossed our 9th boundary without authorization. This is an act of war." Maya stood, her hands open in a universal gesture of peace. "We are explorers from Earth. Our crossing was accidental. We mean no harm or disrespect to your people." The alien's 4 eyes narrowed simultaneously. "Ignorance does not excuse trespass. The laws of the Empire are absolute. You will surrender your vessel for inspection and your crew for interrogation. Compliance is mandatory." Maya hesitated. Every instinct told her that surrendering would be a catastrophic mistake. "We would be happy to comply with proper diplomatic protocols. Perhaps we could establish a dialogue." "Dialogue is not an option," the alien interrupted. "Your presence here is illegal. You have exactly 1 orbital rotation to surrender, or we will take your ship by force." The transmission cut off abruptly. "They've deployed what appears to be weapon systems," Levy reported, his voice tight. "Energy signatures building." Maya's mind raced. The Starseeker was primarily a research vessel. While it had defensive capabilities, they were designed for asteroid fields and solar flares, not military confrontation. "Options," she demanded, looking around at her senior staff. "We could surrender," Kaya suggested quietly. "Buy time to understand what we're dealing with." "Not a chance," Levi countered. "That wasn't a diplomatic contact. It was a threat. They'll strip our ship and imprison the crew at best." "Can we return through the anomaly?" Maya asked Raj. He shook his head. "It's gone, Captain. Whatever pulled us here isn't active from this side." "The quantum drive," said Chief Engineer Sonia Volkov, who had just arrived on the bridge, her uniform stained with coolant. Her Russian accent thickened with stress. "It's experimental, but it might be our only chance." The quantum drive was the Starseeker's most closely guarded secret, a prototype faster-than-light system that could theoretically fold space in ways that standard warp drives couldn't. It had never been fully tested in actual space conditions. "Would it work?" Maya asked. Sonia's expression was grim. "Under normal circumstances, I would say no. But these aren't normal circumstances. How long do you need?" 2 hours minimum to bring it online. It was never meant to be activated outside controlled conditions. Maya checked the tactical display. The alien fleet hadn't moved, but their weapons systems continued to power up. "You have 1 hour," she decided. "Levy, prepare all defensive measures. If they attack before we're ready, we need to hold them off long enough to escape." The next hour passed in tense silence. The bridge crew worked with practiced efficiency, preparing for either escape or confrontation. Maya used the time to record a detailed log of everything they had encountered. If the worst happened, she wanted Earth to know what they were facing. "Captain," Kaya suddenly called out, "the lead ship is hailing us again." "Put them through." The alien commander appeared once more. "Your time has expired. You have not surrendered. Your primitive vessel will now be neutralized." The transmission cut off before Maya could respond. "Multiple energy spikes," Levy shouted. "They're firing." "Evasive maneuvers," Maya ordered. "All power to shields." The Starseeker lurched as the helmsman executed a desperate evasion pattern. On the view screen, beams of violet energy lanced out from the alien vessels. The first shot missed by mere meters, but the second caught the Starseeker's port side, sending cascading explosions through the lower decks. The ship shuddered violently as more hits landed. Warning alarms blared throughout the bridge. Hull breach on Deck 7. Levy reported. Emergency force fields engage. Shields at 42% and falling. Another officer shouted. Maya's heart pounded in her chest. They were outgunned and outmatched by an impossible margin. She slammed her hand onto the ship-wide comm. Sonia, we need that drive now. 2 more minutes. The engineer's strained voice came back. The containment field isn't stable. Another hit rocked the ship. A console at the back of the bridge exploded in a shower of sparks, sending a crewman flying backward. We don't have 2 minutes, Maya muttered, watching as the alien fleet coordinated their fire with terrifying precision. Shields at 17%, Leva reported grimly. 1 more direct hit, and we're done. Maya made her decision. All power to the quantum drive. Shut down life support if you have to. We need every ounce of energy. Captain, Raj protested, if we divert from life support, we'll all be dead in 30 seconds anyway if we don't move. Maya cut him off. Do it. As the lights dimmed throughout the ship, Sungya's voice came over the comm once more. Quantum drive online, but it's not stable. I can't guarantee where we'll end up. Anywhere is better than here, Maya replied. Execute. The bridge plunged into darkness as the final power reserves were channeled to the experimental drive. For a terrible moment, nothing happened. Then, just as another alien blast was about to strike, reality itself seemed to fold around the Starseeker. Maya felt a sensation like being turned inside out. Every cell in her body screamed in protest as fundamental laws of physics were temporarily suspended. The view screen showed only a chaotic swirl of colors never meant to be seen by human eyes. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, it was over. The emergency lights flickered on, bathing the bridge in a red glow. Report, Maya croaked, her throat dry. We've made it, Raj said in disbelief, checking his instruments. My God, we're at the edge of the solar system, just beyond Neptune's orbit. A ragged cheer went up from the surviving bridge crew. Casualties? Maya asked Levi, dreading the answer. His face was grim. 27 confirmed dead, 43 injured, 15 critically. We've lost decks 5 through 8 completely. Maya closed her eyes briefly, feeling the weight of each loss. When she opened them again, her gaze was steely. Send a priority message to Earth Command, she ordered Kaya. We've made first contact, and it wasn't friendly. We've just unintentionally drawn the attention of a hostile Galactic Empire to Earth, and they're almost certainly going to follow us home. As if confirming her worst fears, Raj's console began beeping urgently. Captain, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. I'm detecting spatial distortions forming about 3 light hours behind us. Signature matches what we encountered before. They're coming, Maya said, staring at the view screen where Earth was just a distant blue dot. And we've led them straight to our homeworld. The impossible stand. Earth's orbital defense platforms looked like children's toys compared to the behemoths of the Ziraxian fleet. As the ESS Starseeker limped toward the homeworld, Captain Maya Chen stared at the tactical display with a mixture of dread and determination. Behind them, 27 Ziraxian warships had emerged from quantum space, their violet black hulls seeming to absorb the very starlight around them. Time to intercept, Maya asked, her voice steady despite the pressure crushing down on her shoulders. At current speeds, the Ziraxian fleet will reach Earth's defensive perimeter in 3 hours and 17 minutes, Raj replied, his eyes never leaving his console. 3 hours to prepare for an invasion by a civilization centuries beyond Earth's technological capabilities. 3 hours before the people of Earth faced an enemy they'd never even heard of until today. An enemy Maya had unwittingly led straight to their doorstep. Open a channel to Earth Defense Command, she ordered Kaya. Priority Alpha. The view screen flickered, revealing the stern face of Admiral Helena Vasquez, Earth's highest-ranking military officer. Deep lines etched her weathered face, a testament to decades of service protecting humanity's interests among the stars. Captain Chen, the Admiral acknowledged, her expression carefully neutral. Your preliminary report has caused quite the stir. The Security Council is meeting as we speak. I take full responsibility for crossing into Zeraxian space, Admiral, Maya said, standing straight despite the pain from her injuries. But right now, we need to focus on Earth's defense. Agreed. Our long-range sensors have confirmed your report. 27 vessels of unknown configuration approaching at high velocity. The Admiral's expression darkened. What can you tell us about their capabilities? They outclass us in every conventional metric, Maya replied bluntly. Their weapons cut through our most advanced shields like they weren't even there. Their targeting systems are perfect, not a single wasted shot. And their hulls. She shook her head. We hit one with everything we had. Barely scratched the paint. The Admiral was silent for a long moment. Then we're looking at a potential extinction-level event. Not necessarily, Maya responded, surprising even herself with her conviction. During our encounter, I noticed something. The Zeraxians are technologically superior, yes, but they're also predictable. Their tactics were textbook, efficient but inflexible. They rely utterly on their technological advantage. And how does that help us when they have such an overwhelming advantage? The Admiral asked. Maya leaned forward. Because humanity's greatest strength has never been our technology. It's our adaptability. Our willingness to try the unexpected when the expected fails. Her eyes gleamed with sudden inspiration. And we have one advantage they don't know about. Which is the quantum drive that got us home. The Zeraxians didn't expect us to have it. They were genuinely surprised when we escaped. It's technology they either don't have or don't use the same way we do. Maya took a deep breath. Admiral, I have a plan. It's risky, possibly even suicidal, but it might just work. Admiral Vasquez raised an eyebrow. I'm listening, Captain. 2 hours later, Maya stood on the bridge of the hastily repaired Starseeker, watching as Earth's combined fleet took formation around them. 117 ships, from massive carriers to agile fighters, represented the entire military might of humanity. Against the Galactic Empire, it would normally be like throwing pebbles at a mountain. But this time, they had an edge. All ships report quantum drive modifications complete, Raj announced from his station. And the package? Maya asked. Loaded and ready. Chief Engineer Sonia confirmed over the comm. Though I still say this is theoretically impossible. Theory is about to meet practice, Maya replied grimly. Either way, we're making history today. On the view screen, the first of the Zeraxian ships appeared, sliding out of quantum space like nightmares made manifest. They moved into a perfect attack formation, spreading out to surround Earth's defenders. They're hailing us, Kaya reported. Put them through, Maya ordered. The familiar copper-skinned, four-eyed face of the Zeraxian commander appeared on screen. Humans of Earth, the alien said, its voice resonating with those unnatural harmonics. Your rogue vessel violated our territory. Now you will understand the consequence of defying the Zeraxian Empire. Surrender your planet and submit to our authority, or be eradicated. You have one orbital rotation to decide. Maya stepped forward. This is Captain Maya Chen of Earth. We have no intention of surrendering our world or our freedom. However, we propose an alternative. Single combat. One ship from each side. If we win, you leave Earth space and never return. If you win, we'll discuss terms. The Zeraxian commander's four eyes blinked in sequence, betraying surprise, perhaps the first genuine emotion the alien had shown. You propose challenging the might of the Zeraxian Empire. The commander's voice held what might have been amusement. Your primitive technology could not hope to match even our smallest vessel. Then you have nothing to lose, Maya countered. unless you fear being embarrassed by primitives. A long silence followed. Maya held her breath. The entire plan hinged on the Zeraxians' pride and their rigid adherence to protocol. "We accept your challenge," the commander finally replied. "Our flagship against your best vessel. The combat area will be your moon's orbit. Prepare yourselves." The transmission cut off. "They took the bait," Leva said, sounding surprised. "Of course they did," Maya replied. "They think we're sacrificing one ship to save the rest. They don't realize we're actually concentrating our real attack into that single vessel." She turned to her crew. "Battle stations. We're the chosen ship." "Captain," Raj protested, "the Starseeker is still damaged from our last encounter. Any other vessel would have a better chance." "No other vessel has a crew that's faced them before," Maya replied. "And no other captain has seen firsthand how they fight." She looked around at her loyal crew. "Anyone who wants to transfer off has my permission. What we're about to attempt has never been done before." Not a single crew member moved. "Very well," Maya said, feeling the surge of pride. "Helm, set course for lunar orbit. Let's make history." The Zeraxian flagship was a monstrous thing, easily 20 times the size of the Starseeker. As the two ships circled each other in the shadow of Earth's moon, Maya could feel the weight of billions of lives resting on her shoulders. Every human on Earth was watching this confrontation, their futures hanging in the balance. "Are the modifications to the quantum drive complete?" she asked Sonia through the comm. "As complete as they'll ever be," the engineer replied. "But Captain, I must emphasize again, what we're attempting violates several laws of physics as we understand them." "Then we'll have to rewrite the textbooks afterward," Maya replied. "Stand by." The Zeraxian ship suddenly accelerated, its weapon ports glowing with that eerie violet energy. The first shots lanced out, striking the Starseeker's shields with devastating force. "Shields at 60%. Levy reported. Return fire." The Starseeker's conventional weapons fired, the energy beams splashing harmlessly against the Zeraxian hull. "No effect." Leva confirmed what they already knew. "They're firing again." Another barrage hit the Starseeker, sending tremors throughout the ship. "Shields at 23%. Levi called out. "One more hit like that, and we're finished." "Not yet, we're not," Maya replied. "Execute quantum pattern alpha." The helmsman's fingers flew across his console. The Starseeker suddenly jerked sideways in a maneuver that should have been impossible. The ship briefly phased partially into quantum space before reappearing 2 kilometers to the left of its previous position. On the view screen, Maya could see the Zeraxian ship pause in apparent confusion. "Again," she ordered. "Keep them guessing." The Starseeker performed another quantum jump, this time appearing behind the Zeraxian vessel. Each micro-jump consumed enormous power, but it was working. The enemy couldn't get a clean shot. "They're adjusting," Raj warned. "Their targeting computers are predicting our jump patterns." "Then it's time for Phase 2, Maya decided. "All power to the quantum inverter." Deep in the Starseeker's engineering section, the experimental device they had cobbled together in the past hours hummed to life. It was a modified version of their quantum drive, but instead of moving the ship through space, it was designed to project a quantum field. "Inverter at full power," Sonia reported, her voice tense. "Field establishing now." On the view screen, the space around the Zeraxian ship seemed to ripple and distort. The massive alien vessel suddenly slowed, as if moving through molasses. "It's working," Raj exclaimed. "The quantum inverter is creating a localized field where the fundamental forces are altered. Their systems are trying to compensate but can't." "Now, before they adapt," Maya ordered, "target their propulsion systems and fire everything we have." The Starseeker unleashed its full armament. In normal space, the weapons would have barely dented the Zeraxian hull. But inside the quantum field, where the laws of physics had been subtly altered, the effect was catastrophic. The Zeraxian ship shields flickered and died. The follow-up barrage struck the hull directly, sending cascading explosions across the vessel's surface. Direct hits, Levy reported, unable to keep the astonishment from his voice. Their main power grid is fluctuating. They're hailing us, Kaya announced, sounding equally surprised. On screen, Maya ordered. The Xerexian commander appeared, but the once immaculate bridge behind him was now filled with smoke and flashing emergency lights. What have you done? The alien demanded, genuine confusion in its voice. This technology, it should not be possible for your species to possess this. Maya stood tall. You made the mistake of judging us by your standards. Humans don't follow the expected path. We make our own. We adapted your own spatial technology against you. Now withdraw your fleet as agreed, or we'll be forced to demonstrate this capability on your other vessels as well. The Xerexian's four eyes narrowed. You have won the combat through unexpected means. We will honor our agreement and withdraw. The alien paused, studying Maya with newfound interest. But know this, human. You have drawn the attention of the Galactic Empire. This is not the end of our interaction. When we meet again, Maya responded firmly, I hope it will be as equals and not as enemies. Humanity has no desire for war, but as you've seen today, we will defend our home regardless of the odds. The transmission ended. On the tactical display, the Xerexian fleet began moving away from Earth, their engines pushing them back toward the edge of the solar system. A cheer erupted across the Starseeker's bridge. Maya allowed herself a small smile before raising her hand for quiet. This isn't over, she reminded her crew. We've won a reprieve, not a permanent victory. The galaxy just got a lot smaller for humanity, and a lot more complicated. What do you think happens now, Captain? Raj asked. Maya looked at the view screen, where the retreating Xerexian ships were becoming smaller by the second. Now, she considered. Now we prepare. We just showed an advanced empire that we're not to be underestimated. They'll be back, but not as conquerors, at least not immediately. They'll want to understand how we did what we did. They'll want to learn about us. And we'll learn about them, Levi added thoughtfully. Exactly, Maya nodded. Today marks humanity's true entrance onto the galactic stage, not as explorers or scientists, but as equals. They thought we were primitives, but we've shown them that technological advantage isn't everything. She smiled grimly. Human ingenuity, adaptability, and our willingness to bend the rules when necessary. Those are advantages no amount of advanced technology can easily overcome. As the Starseeker turned back toward Earth, Maya knew that the story of humanity's accidental defiance of the Xerexian Empire would spread across the stars. What had started as a scientific expedition had become humanity's first step toward becoming a legend in the galaxy. They had been fortunate this time, but Maya knew that fortune favored the prepared. Set course for Earth, she ordered. We have a lot of work to do. 3 months later, Maya stood in the newly constructed Galactic Affairs complex in Geneva, watching as the first official Xerexian diplomatic vessel landed on the specially designed platform. The massive ship dwarfed the surrounding buildings, a reminder of the vast technological gap that still existed between the two civilizations. Admiral Vasquez stepped up beside her. Are you ready for this, Captain Chen? You're about to meet the representatives of the culture you accidentally went to war with. Maya straightened her dress uniform. As ready as anyone can be, Admiral. At least they're coming as diplomats this time, not conquerors. Thanks to you, the Admiral noted. The quantum inverter technology you pioneered has already revolutionized our understanding of physics. Every major research institution on Earth is working to develop applications beyond weapons. Just as well, Maya replied. Because I doubt the Xerexians are here just to talk about peace and friendship. They want to know how we did it, how a supposedly primitive species managed to defeat their flagship. And what will you tell them? Maya smiled. The truth, that humans have always excelled at thinking outside established parameters. that we've survived and thrived by finding unexpected solutions to impossible problems. She watched as the Ziraxian ship's massive entry ramp began to lower, and that any civilization that underestimates humanity based on our technological development alone is making a dangerous mistake. As the first Ziraxian diplomats emerged from their ship, Maya took a deep breath. The accidental crossing into Ziraxian space had nearly ended in disaster. Instead, it had become the catalyst for humanity's emergence as a recognized power in the galaxy. The legend had only just begun.